Secret meeting revealed after Queen's emotion with Downcast eyes. What distortion and lies Harry gave. Prince Harry lacked a genuine smile when discussing his reunion with the Queen. During an interview with a US broadcaster, and a body language expert claims the Duke tried too hard to make it seem that all was well with his grandmother and himself. The Duke of Sussex chatted with Today Show host Hoda Kotb earlier this week while attending the Invictus Games in The Hague. The interview, which aired on Wednesday, featured Prince Harry speaking honestly about a variety of issues, including his and Meghan Markle's lives outside of the firm and the athletic event, which is finally happening after being postponed twice because to the COVID-19 pandemic. During the candid chat, Harry admitted that the UK is no longer his home and instead commented on how settled he and Meghan were in the US. After stepping back from royal duties in 2020, the pair now live in Meghan's home state of California. They own a luxury property in Montecito where they reside with their 2 children Archie and Lilibet. He said, "Home for me now, for the time being, is in the United States, and it feels that way as well." Duke went on to say that his family had been welcomed with open arms and that they were fortunate enough to have a great community around them in Santa Barbara. Asked pointedly by Hoda Kotb if you feel like that's home more for you, Harry nodded and said yup. The latter went on to divulge details about his surprise visit to see his grandmother, the Queen. He described the monarch as being in great form when he and Meghan joined her for tea before making the trip to the Netherlands for the Games. "She's always had a fantastic sense of humor with me," he continued, "and I'm just making sure she's safe and has the appropriate people around her." Dr. Lillian Glass, an internationally recognized body language specialist, examined Harry's appearance throughout this section of the interview exclusively for Express.co.uk. She alleges Harry hesitates for much too long before responding to her question about how his and the monarch's visit went. She adds, "He shakes his head no when he says it was great. Then he looks away and changes the subject to her sense of humor." Dr. Glass claims this is a signal of deception and claims this could indicate the visit wasn't as great as Harry had described. She adds, "He also doesn't have a genuine smile when discussing the meeting. In fact, he looks sad. When people recall a pleasant meeting they usually show a genuine smile. This was not the case here." Dr. Glass describes Harry referring to protection for Her Majesty as very strange considering the Duke no longer lives in the UK or serves the Crown in any official capacity. She also claims the Duke was trying too hard during the interview, and added that he had inconsistent eye contact with the interviewer. She told Express.co.uk, "He also talks about her being protected and makes a gesture with his lip that shows ambivalence. He is also tense, not relaxed, as he leans forward as though he is trying too hard in the interview. This is the first time we have ever seen him like this. He tries too hard to make it seem that all was well with his grandmother and himself. His eye contact is also very bad as he looks down. He stammers and has a shoulder shrug and cocks his head as he says home for me is in the States." Dr. Glass claims, "It seems that he really doesn't believe it as indicated. He talks about feeling welcome with open arms, and gestures this, in Santa Barbara and having a great community and looks sad as he says it. There is also a sadness about Harry that we seem to see all too often and never saw when he was in the UK." Harry and Meghan stepped down from duties in 2020 and had not returned to the UK together until their surprise visit to see the Queen last week. During his interview, Harry also said that he might not make it back to the UK for celebrations for the monarch's jubilee this summer. While nodding to his ongoing security issues as the reasoning, Harry said he was trying to make it possible so that I can get my kids to meet her.